Be ready for dictation. 5 seconds. Start. We may also notice a fact that originally the special leave petition was dismissed, leaving it to the appellant corporation to get its petition revived in case permission was granted by the high-powered committee. Full stop. This was in view of the fact that the committee exited then to settle intergovernmental disputes, but was subsequently disbanded. Full stop. The record shows that a meeting of the committee was held on 14/8/2007 and it was felt that the question regarding the nature of grants disbursed by the appellant corporation needed adjudication by the High Court, though the committee did not itself settle the issue. Full stop. The representative of the appellant corporation before the committee faulted the view taken by the High Court inter alia on the ground that expenditure as monies advanced as loans do not go out of the hands of the corporation irretrievably was a finding, which was not based on the facts of the case, as the issue pertained only to the grants and not to the loans. Full stop. The grants were disbursed in accordance with the provisions of Section 9 of the NCDC Act and, thus, monies advanced as grants never came back to the appellant and were in the nature of expenditure of the appellant corporation. Full stop. The committee was of the view that the grants disbursed by the appellant corporation were not in the nature of loans and were exclusively for business of the corporation and should have been treated as revenue expenditure. Full stop. On behalf of the appellant corporation, Mr. Rajat Naved contended that the High Court has fallen into an error in discussing the issue as if it was one of loans as opposed to grants, which was the subject matter of the reference. Full stop. Thus, what was contended was that there was some confusion in the impugned order vis-a-vis this aspect of loans and grants. Full stop. It was, thus, submitted on behalf of the appellant corporation as under. Full stop. Any grants disbursed within bracket to national or state governments, for further disbursal to cooperative societies, bracket close, out of the interest income, which is admittedly taxed as business income by the revenue department, is allowable as a revenue expenditure under section 37 in bracket 1 of the IT Act, 1961. Full stop. Para. The error and anomaly in the judgment of the High Court, is that in para 22, it has treated grants and loans at par, or as identical in nature. Full stop. There is a distinction between grants and loans, since the monies advanced as loans come back into the coffers of the appellant corporation, however, with respect to grants or subsidies, there is an irretrievable outgo from the coffers of the appellant corporation. Full stop. This distinction has not been examined by the High Court. Full stop. The claim of the appellant corporation is restricted only with respect to grants and not loans. Full stop. The High Court erred in holding that as the taxable interest oblique income or the revenue stream of income gets amalgamated in the common pool of the fund under section 13 within bracket 1 of the NCDC Act, comma, along with the funds received from the central government, comma, it loses its revenue character, comma, and becomes a capital receipt, full stop. The High Court erred in holding that it cannot be identified as to which component of the funds has been advanced by way of grants, full stop. It is not exonerable as to whether it's from the income earned, comma, or capital receipts, full stop. The appellant corporation submitted that merely because a common fund is maintained by it in terms of section 13 of the NCDC Act, comma, the interest income earned / received by the appellant corporation cannot lose its character of business income and gets transferred into a capital receipt, full stop, over.